we are going to discuss another kind of decision making and branching statement, that is switch statement. Using switch statement, how we can decide and branch a statement. Already we have discussed three different methods: simple if else statement, we have discussed nested if statement, as well as we have discussed else if ladder. Now in if else, or it may be nested if, or it may be else if ladder, whatever the process is, in every cases we have decided depending on a condition. We have decided depending on a condition that we have done a program of odd or even number. So what condition we have used there is, if n, we have assumed n as the number or n is the variable, and we have written in that way n mod 2 is equals to 0 or not. So within if we have written this condition, and depending on the condition we have decided that which statement is going to be executed, either the statement of even or the statement of print. Now we are going to discuss another process where we are not going to apply any condition, but we will branch depending on a value of a variable, or you can say it is a variable value, and that value may be a numerical value, that may be a float type value, or that may be a float is not allowed, that may be a numerical value, that may be a character value, okay, but no condition will be there. That means what I am going to say is, if I say in that way we can take different numbers, right? And we have taken a variable n. Okay. Now we will check what is the value of n variable. So what we can write, that if n is equals to 1, then we can print one. Okay. Then if n is equals to 2, then printf 2. So in that way, we can do a program. Now this same representation where we have applied the condition that n equals to 1 or not, n equals to 2 or not. So these all are condition. So we have to verify the condition. If the condition is true, then the true statement block will get executed. And if the condition is false, it will come to the next. So here you can write if, or you may write else if, whatever it is. Okay. So in that way we can proceed. Now this same concept, the same output we will get, but the way of execution will be little bit different. Okay. Now why we are applying in a different, because you can see the value of n variable is 1, here the value of n variable should be 2. So that means though we are applying condition, basically we are depending on the value of the variable. That to execute this particular statement, the value of the n variable has to be 1. To execute this particular statement, the value of n variable should be 2. So that means we are executing the statements depending on the value of the variable, but in the form of condition. Now I will just transfer, or I will just change a little bit into this program and convert it into the switch statement, in which we will execute the program, we will get the same output, but depending on the value directly. So what basically we do here, in the form of flowchart, let us discuss first. So here what we are doing, we are taking a switch variable. We are not applying any condition. Okay, we are taking a variable, simple a variable. Now, as it is a variable may hold multiple values. This is not only true and false, because in case of condition there are true probability, either the condition is true or the condition is false. But here we are taking a switch variable, and the value of the variable is not only true and false. The value of the variable may be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The value of the variable may be A, B, C, D. Okay. So here in that way we have multiple options. We have multiple options. Multiple options. Okay. Now, in that way we have multiple case. What case is basically? Case means this is case 1, case 2, case 3, case 4. So this is basically a value. Case 1, case 2, case 3, 4. And this is called the case value. This value is called case value. So for this the case value is 1. For this the case value is 2. For this the case value is 3. For this the case value is 4. Okay. Now when the case value is this, for example, there is a statement X. There is a statement 1. This is statement 1. Another statement that is S2. There is another statement that is S3. There is another statement that is S4. And for this we have statement Sn. Okay. So what basically it will do? It will check or it will match the variable that we have taken here, that is as a switch variable. It will check or it will match the case value with the switch variable value. It will match the case value with the switch variable value. So, for example, we have taken a switch variable n. We have taken the switch variable n. Okay, let us assume it as x, not n. Okay, let us assume it is x. Okay. Now this x variable must have some value. This x variable must have some value. Now for example, the value is 1. The value of the x variable is 1. So what it will do? It will check the switch variable value. It will check the switch variable value is equals to case value or not. Okay, it will check the switch variable value and the case value. So two value it will compare, two value it will match. And if it is a match, then the particular statement or block of statement which is associated with that case will get executed. So here my value of x is 1, okay, and here the case value is 1. So that is a match. The variable value and case value is matching. So this particular set of statement will get executed. Okay. When the value of x is 3, for example, the value of x is 3. Okay. So what it will do? It will first check. It will first compare the variable value with this case value. So my variable value is 3 and the case value is 1. So that is not matching. So if it is not matching, then this set of statement will not get executed. Okay. Then it will come to the next case. Now here what is the case value? 2. And here what is the variable value? 3. So it is again not matching. So this particular set of statement also will not get executed. Then it will come to the next case. So here my case value is 3 and here my case value is variable value is 3. So that is a matching. The variable value is matching with the case value. So this set of statement will get executed. So that is the way how the switch statement is executing. So here you can see the difference between if else, nested if or else if is that where we have only two options, either true or false. Two options are there, but here we have multiple options. multiple options, number one. And number two, here we are not applying any condition. We are considering a variable as a condition. We are taking as a variable to take the variable value to decide which statement will get executed. We are not considering any condition. And that's why we are getting the multiple option. That's why we are getting multiple options. And another point, very important point is that the variable value, when we will compare the variable value with the case values, it will start from the beginning. Each and every case it will compare. Each and every case it will compare. First case 1 it will compare, then case 2. It will not directly jump to the particular case. That my value of x variable is 3, it does not mean that it will directly jump to case 3. No, it will first compare with case 1, then it will compare with case 2, then it will compare with case 3, then it will compare with case 4. In that way, sequentially it will compare with all the cases, and when the case value will match, it will execute that particular statement only. It will execute that particular statement only. But the matching will be done sequentially from the beginning to the end. Okay. So that is the way how the switch case or switch statement get executes. Now I will give an example, a very simple example of switch statement through programming, and I will execute some programs using switch statement and try to make it very much clear to you how the switch statement get executes. So let us start with the example. So let us take the same example, that if my variable value is 1, it will print 1. In that way, for example, we have to print up to 5. Okay, we have to print, if it is 1, then it will print 1. If 2, it will print 2. In that way, up to, we will print up to 5. Up to 5. Okay, or any value except 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Any value except 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, except previous value will be treated as wrong input. Okay. So I have only 5 options, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So any value which is out of this range, it may be 0, it may be -1, or it may be 6, 7, 8. Okay, out of this range will be treated as a wrong input. Now this simple program I will execute through first how we can execute using else if we can do it, as well as we can do it by using switch. So both the process I will explain. So in LC basically what we do, first we write if we have taken the variable x. Okay, if x equals to 1, then printf okay. Next what we can write, if x equals to 2, printf 2. Next we write if, or you can write simple if also, no problem. And so on. Now if I hear only if statement, what will happen? It will happen that all the conditions will be verified. All the condition it has to check, because it is only if, not else if is not there. So first it will compare it, if true, execute, then it will compare it, then execute, then it will compare it, then execute, depending on the true or false. Okay. So if the value of x is 1, then this statement will get executed. Okay. But the remaining condition that we need not to basically check, because the value of x is 1, that we basically need not to check. But due to this, as we have written only if, so though these statements will not get executed, but the conditions will be verified, and every time the condition will become false. So if I just make it else if here, if I just write else if here, then we can overcome the problem. Here we need not to verify all the conditions. If this condition is true, automatically all the conditions will be null and void. It will not check the conditions. Okay, so that's why we are writing else if here. Now the main point is that now how we can convert it into switch statement. Okay, switch statement. So we consider the same variable, that is x. We consider the same variable as a control variable, we can say, or the switch variable, we can say. So what I will write is switch, within bracket we write the variable name. We write the variable name depending on which we are going to decide. Okay. So this is the range of my switch. Okay. So here we write case 1, then we provide colon, printf 1. Okay. Okay. Means the value, if the value of x is 1, it will print 1. Then we come to case 2. Printf then case 3. In that way we will print case 4. Okay, then we will print case 5. We will print all the cases. Okay. So what is x? X is the variable depending on which we are going to decide which case is going to get, which case will be executed. That is the variable we have to mention here. Correctly we have to mention the variable name. Okay. Then all the cases, if case 1, that means if the variable value is 1, what will happen? If case 2 represent if the variable value is 2, then what we have to execute? Case 3 is representing if the variable value is 3, then what we are going to execute. So which is similar to this, which is similar to the else if statement. Okay. And the last case, that is not mandatory, but we can use the default case also depending on the requirement of the program. So what the default case is? Default case that we have mentioned earlier, that if the variable value and the case value is not matching, that means the value that we have inserted, the value or the we have inserted for x variable, the value we have inserted for x variable, for example that we are discussing, if I erase this part, and if I say the value of x is 7, the value of x is 7, but basically what is my range? We have the options for 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 only. For 6, 7, 8, 9 we don't have any option, but we have inserted the value of x as 7. So then it will be considered as default case. It will be considered as default case. So if I 7, 8, 9, so any value of x variable which is not available in the case, will be considered as default case. Okay. So for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 it will execute, and for any other value except 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in x variable will be considered as default case. So we can write case default at the end. Here we can write case default, then printf okay. So the wrong input or whatever we want to print, we can print that here. Now, if we execute this program, what will happen? That I will show the execution also. Just after this, I will show the execution also. If my value of x is equals to 2, if the value of x is equals to 2, so what output should we get? The correct output should be only 2 should get printed. Okay, 2 should get printed because my variable x value is 2 and the case value is 2. So only for this case we will find out a match. Only for this case we will find out a match, and this statement should get executed. That is the correct output that we should get. But what will happen If we execute the program, we will get 2, then we will get 3, 4, 5, so all this output we will get. All the output we will get. That means basically what will happen? It will execute case 2. It will execute case 2. Then case 3, case 4, case 5 and default case. All the other cases will also get executed. That means the following cases. All the following case also will get executed. Because I have said, what will happen? Once it will come to a particular case, then from that case, it will gradually or it will execute all the cases sequentially. It cannot skip all the cases. Okay. The previous cases it can skip. The previous cases it will skip because there is no not matching. And once it will find out a match, from there onwards it will execute all the statements sequentially. That is the rule of switch statement. So when the value of x is 2, then case 1 it will verify case 1 and the case value is wrong. So this statement will not get executed. This printf statement will not get executed. Okay, so it will skip. Then it will come to this case and it will find out a match. So this will execute. But from there it will start and all the sequential cases of the following cases, it will execute one by one. It cannot skip all other cases. Okay. So basically what is happening? It is happening that depending on the variable value, it will select a particular case. So here case 2 is selected. The previous cases it will skip, but the following cases it cannot skip. Okay. But we have to overcome this problem. To overcome this problem, basically we use a very small statement that is called break statement. What statement we use is break. So after every case, we write break. Here we write break. Here we write break. Here we write break. Okay. That means after every case, we have to write a break statement. That means at the end of the particular case, when case 1 is end and case 2 is beginning. So before that we use a break statement here. The meaning of the break statement is that whenever a break statement will get fetched, whenever the compiler will fetch the break statement, the rule of the break statement is that it will jump out of that particular loop. That means if the value of x is 2, so this statement will get executed. No problem. After that, the break statement will get executed. And whenever the break statement will execute, it will from there it will jump completely out of the switch case. So automatically all the following cases will get skipped, will not be executed. So that's why here we use the break statement. So using break statement we can jump out of any loop or jump out of any function, or we can jump out of any part of the program. So if we use break statement after every case, we have to use break after every case, and the break will help us to execute that particular case only for which the value is matching, and skip all the other cases which is previous to that and which is also following to that. So now if we use the break statement and execute it, we will get only 2 as output. Now we are not getting 3, 4 and 5, because due to this break, after execution of case 2, it will jump out of the loop, so automatically all the cases it will skip. Okay, so that is the way how the switch case is getting executed. Now I will show you this program and another program also through switch case.
So here we are going to discuss switch case that already we have discussed theoretically. Now here I have considered a very simple program, and the same program we have done by using else if also. So here you can see I have taken a variable I, which is basically the switch variable. So inside the switch we have passed the variable I, and depending on that we have created different number of case. So as you can see, case, then it provides space, then the case value, then colon. So this is the way how we write the case. Now what will happen, it will compare the value of the case and the value of the variable that we have mentioned within the switch, which is I in this example, and depending on that it will select which case is to be executed. If the value of I is 1, case 1 will get executed. If the value of I is 2, in that way case 2 will get executed. So here I have 5 case values, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and if I enter any value except 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that will be treated as a default case. So now let us execute the program and see what happens. So if I enter as 3 as my choice, so what will happen, let us see. The output we are getting, that is selected 3, then we are getting selected 4, selected 5 and selected, and that is out of range. So let us separate it first. Now let us enter 3, so it is this. So as you can see, so what happens, see, case 1, case 2 has not been executed. As you see, we are directly coming to case 3. So as it comes to case 3, selected 3 has been printed, but after that selected 4, selected 5 and out of range, all these cases are also getting executed. So when the value of I is 3, we can skip case 1 and case 2, but from case 3 onwards all the cases are getting executed. So what we do now, if we want to execute only that particular case where the value is matching with the case value and the variable value, so here we use another statement, that is break. So here I am writing the break statement after every case. So I write break after every case, and for the default break is not required because that is the end case. Now let us again run it. Now if I enter 3 as my choice again, so here you can see only selected 3 is being printed. So rest of the cases are not getting executed now. So when the value of I is 3, it is comparing with the case value. So for case 1 it is mismatching, for case 2 mismatching, for case 3 only we are getting a match, and that particular case get executed, all other cases are not being executed. Now what the advantage we are getting here due to the break statement, I will show you. If I print here out of switch, new line, okay, and we semicolon, save, close the output. Now you see, if I press 3, my choice is again, okay, let us change the choice to 4. So what happens? Selected 4, then it is printing out of switch. What does it mean? It means that after printing this printf statement, that is selected 4, after printing this printf statement, it is printing the statement which is out of the switch. That means due to the break statement, what it will happen, as soon as the break statement the compiler will fetch, it will jump from that particular loop. So this is the scope of my switch in which we have used the break statement. So as soon as the break get executed, it will come out of the scope where it has been declared. So we have written the break within the switch, so it will come out of the switch only, and the statement which is out of the switch, that gets printed here. So that is about the switch case, how we are executing the switch case, and what is the use of break in switch. If we don't use break, what problem we are facing, and by using the break, how we are overcoming the problem. I will give you an example of another very simple program that also we have done by using LC Fladder. So here the same program of gradation we have considered. Now here we have taken a variable m, which is marks basically, but the marks may be 90, 91, 92, 93 in that way. If I create case, then we have to create 100 case, because the marks may be 100, the marks may be 99, the marks may be 98 in that way. So here we have to create total 100 number of cases. So I have minimized the number of cases by using a very simple logic, that I have used x equal to m by 10, and x I have considered as a integer. So if the value of m is 99 and if I divide 99 by 10, then in x we will get 9 as a value, and if the value of m is 91, then also we will get 9 in x variable. So from this what I want to say is that if a marks ranges from 90 to 99, for all the values in between this range, the value of x will be 9. Similarly, the value which is residing within the range of 80 to 89, for every values the value of x will be always 8, because we have taken x as an integer value, and in that way we have created the case. So when the case is 10, the case value will be 10 when the marks will be 100, and the case value will be 9 when the marks will be in between 90 to 99, and the case value will be 8 when the marks will be between 80 to 89, and so on in that way. And we have considered x, we have not considered m as a switch variable, we have considered x as a switch variable because we have created this limited number of cases here, as you can see. So from the outputs let us discuss the rest. Now if I enter marks is 76, so what output we are getting is grade A. Why it is happening? So when my marks is 76, if you compare this with the program, the output on the program, so when my marks is 76, the value of x will be 7. 76 by 10, it is 7, integer value is 7, and in switch we have considered the value of x, that means case 7 will be selected, because the value of x is 7, so case 7 will be selected, and it will execute this grade A. After that, as we have used the break statement, so rest of the case automatically it will skip, so only grade A get printed. And if the marks is not within the range of this, for example the marks is 32, so marks is 32, it is grade fail. Why 32? In case of if the marks is 32, then the value of x will be 3, the value of x will be 3, so we don't have any case 3, we have up to case 4, case 10 to case 4, so case 3, case 2, case 1, all that will be treated as default case, and as we have entered 32, so default case has been selected and we are getting grade fail as output. So in that way, by using switch case we can solve different types of problem, and the difference between switch and other decision making branching statement is that here inside the switch we are basically considering the value of the variable, we are not using any expression here.